Hello, Al Pals. This is Big Al. Welcome to Big Al Presents Films with Friends. The film is the 1987 romantic drama, iconic Dirty Dancing, the film that had everybody dancing in the summer of 87 and women lusting after Patrick Swayze and men being totally attractive by Jennifer Grey until she got that darn nose job. That's the film. The friends, of course, are Mr. Troy Pacelli, the Klingon cleric himself, Cartan. How are you doing, sir?
Just fine. Thank you so much. How are you doing, my friend?
I am doing well. What are you drinking tonight?
Just a Diet Dr. Pepper. I
Oh,
kind of overdid it last night, so I need to take a
yeah.
little bit
I
easy.
tuned in last night and you were kind of already lit. It was early. So I was like,
Yeah,
okay, here we
Well,
go.
I was.
oh, he was beyond lit. He was so much on fire.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's just a pile of ashes there with a set of
well,
headphones
I
on
had a
right
lot
now.
of fun on Latino Slant. Let's just put it that way.
I'm sure you did. And of course, Troy's much better half,
Much better.
definitely much lovelier half,
Yup.
Netter from Netter's Network, Nanette herself. How are you doing, my dear?
I'm doing great, Al. How about
Thank you.
yourself?
I am doing well, doing well. Do you have a beverage tonight?
I do. I have my Diet Green Tea Citrus.
Oh, very good, very good. I, of course, am Virgin Limoncello. Of course, as I usually do. I do first want to say that I was hoping to have a special guest rewatcher tonight. My friend from the old Iconicast days, before Professor Geek was Professor Geek. I was still Big Al, but before the professor existed, it was just Al and Michael and Sierra on Iconicast, and we would do commentary on what was going on in the world of geek, and we did it for a while, and it ran its course, and I tried to get her to join us. She lives on the West Coast, and she had some family visiting, and they weren't going to be gone before this started, so sadly she is promising me that she will be here for the holiday rewatch I'm going to be doing of Love Actually. So that's going to be something to look forward to. Not only do I know I'm doing Love Actually, but she's going to be here. I've threatened her.
You
So
threatened her.
I've threatened her. Let's see who we have watching us tonight so far. First was, well, I'm hoping I pronounced it right, Cedra's Moss. God, I blew the last name, but I was worried about the first name. Cedra's Moss is here. Thank you for joining us. Had been
Apparently,
a
long
worker.
time lurker,
Yeah, long
first
time
time
worker.
commenter.
Finally popping up on the chat, which is wonderful. Of course, Nanette and Troy have popped into chat. Mr. Daniel Heron is here, the Birdman from Soundtracks of Birdman. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're feeling better. I know you had a bit of a week this week, so I'm hoping you're doing better. Or well, I don't exactly know what was going on, but
And of course,
Melissa
this is a
Harris and
great.
Sons.
Oh, sorry. This is a
Oh,
great
sorry.
soundtrack movie, so hopefully, Daniel, you'll have some input for us.
Yeah, definitely a huge, huge. I mean, this film was huge. I wish I could do Trump like Fan Man can, but I
It's
can't.
huge,
It's huge. It
huge.
was huge. But we have Melissa Harris and Sons 3.0 here. Her and Jake are there. Thank you for joining us. Sir Torrin Clegane, KC Scott. And so far, that is it. But
And
And
Evelyn
Evelyn
Hampton.
Hampton.
oh, Evelyn Hampton. Did I miss Evelyn? Where did Evelyn?
Yeah,
I
she
did
was
not see
right
her name.
before Casey
Oh,
Scott.
yeah, the chat went kind of fast down.
Yes,
Sorry,
it
Evelyn.
does.
Welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. But yes, Dirty Dancing. I remember that summer well. I saw the film, and I'm getting a little bit of an echo. Just
Um,
saying. I'm not sure from who, but
can,
Probably me,
it's
but I
there.
turned down my volume a little bit.
yeah.
Sorry,
Is that
but
better?
Yeah, I was
My
just
mic
like,
is very
I was,
sensitive, so if it's bleeding through your ears at all, then
yeah.
it's
Well, see, I have the same thing happens with the professor. My headphones bleed into my mic, I guess, so I have to
yeah.
turn down sometimes. But yes, I remember that summer well. It was a big hit. My girl, well, this was before she was my girlfriend. Just my friend and I went to go see this movie. And oh wait, was this before
You
I
don't
met her?
want us.
Wait, this was, oh my lord, this was pre-girlfriend. This was before I met her. It must have been another movie I'm thinking of, but I do remember seeing this movie and really liking it. I, along with a lot of other guys, loved Jennifer Grey. I like. I've always been attracted to women with a notable physical feature,
Hmm.
and with Jennifer Grey, it was all about her nose.
Yep.
And then she got it done, and it just
It ruined her
ruined it.
career.
Yeah, and it did. It ruined her career. She was never as successful again because I guess she wanted to fit in or something, but even now she regrets ever getting it done. And no actress should ever get their nose done unless it's medical necessity, because not only does it change your looks, it also changes your voice.
Oh,
And
that's true.
if you have a
Yeah.
distinguished voice, your voice doesn't come out the same again. That's why think of Barbara Streisand.
Hmm.
I mean, that right there, that's an iconic nose. But if she ever got it done, she wouldn't be Barbara. And that is,
That's especially true with singers because
yeah.
they cannot. You don't want to mess with anything that would affect the sound of your voice at all. No.
Oh yeah. And, but yeah, I to this day, I mean, you look at her today, beautiful girl,
Hmm.
but a beautiful nondescript, looks like every other girl. She's not Jennifer Grey anymore. And that's a sad thing. And of course was married to Phil Coulson from Agents of Shield,
Yep.
the actor that played him, and so hey, good on him, but just not the same. But do you guys have a history with this film? Remember seeing it? Was it something
Well,
you guys
you were.
liked, or
I hadn't thought about this until you brought it up. You were talking about whether or not you were dating at the time, and I remember dating a girl right around the time that I saw this movie. We didn't go to this movie on a date. In fact, I remember seeing it with my mom because she was totally into the soundtrack, and I picked up a lot of my love for the 50s and 60s music from my mom. But I do remember wanting to learn how to dance specifically because of this movie.
oh yeah, I that was not a thing for me. I knew right away I would never be a dancer. I
Oh
was
yeah.
just not. I'm not built that way, and even if I didn't weigh as much as I did, I'm still really not built that way. I've got very short legs and a very tall torso. I just would feel off balance, I think. But yeah, I loved the nostalgia of it, the music, the romance. I mean,
Hmm.
it's almost a Hallmarkish kind of a thing. Hallmark plus, Hallmark after dark, a little
Which
bit,
is, well, I mean, that title, Dirty
Dirty
Dancing.
Dancing,
I
yeah.
remember back in '87, it was like, oh, what's so dirty about this, right? And what you kind of realize as I don't think this is a spoiler here, but it's not terribly dirty. It seems like that culturally in
Yeah,
the time frame it's meant to be taking place.
right.
But
Because
for the '87 audience, it was,
It's
yeah, because it
it's
was
very
very
suggestive.
sexy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very suggestive. Very like I said, it looks like you're doing something, but your clothes are on,
Yeah.
and it's very voyeuristic to watch the
Yeah.
film, even though there is, if I remember, is there? I don't think there is any nudity. There's some almost nudity, and in fact, I read there was going to be nudity even more so if there isn't any in there. I forget. Like I said, there
I'm
may
pretty
be a
sure there
quick.
wasn't. Yeah.
I think you may catch something like a real quick glimpse of something, but there was supposed to be even more from Baby,
Oh,
uh,
really?
and they test audiences didn't like it, and so they took it out. Yeah, but yeah, nobody puts Baby in a corner, and I guess when she is in a corner, she better be fully clothed. But
There you go.
of course, yeah, the iconic line, of course, at the end, nobody puts Baby in a corner, which Patrick Swayze hated that line. He is on record as saying, "I hated that line. And I almost choked saying it." He
Why did he
just,
hate so much?
It is kind of cheesy.
it's very cheesy, but hey, sometimes cheese is good.
I
A
suppose.
nice hunk of cheese, a little bit of brie, a little
No, no
Havarti.
brie.
Chianti?
No brie. I'm
No.
done with brie.
Not that kind of brie. Not
Yeah.
that kind of brie. I'm talking about a
Right.
good. Well, you can't even say a moldy brie because then you still have to be, still have to make sure you know what you're talking about. But yeah, just beautiful film. But it was just a monster hit that year, and it was. I don't know if it was the number one film that year, but it was definitely up there. I do know it's the first home video that sold over 1 million copies.
Wow.
So
Wow.
that tells you because it. I mean, I had to have been a part of it, and done by a little teeny production company called Vestron, who was known for direct to video type of films. They caught fire with this one and had to
Yeah.
get a bigger. And in fact, because they were so small, they had to get a bigger company to kind of help with the distributing and everything like that. But it was a guerrilla operation basically, and it became a cultural a cultural icon, as it were. For those who are going to be watching along with us tonight, we're starting right at 000 because the copy I have, which is a Blu-ray rip, starts right off. I mean, the music starts right off, the credits and everything play. So we're going to be at 0000000.
Yeah.
If you, I'm sure, yeah, there's a binary code that's all zeros. There has to be. I don't think you need a one to say
Nope.
something in binary.
You're absolutely right.
I don't know.
So, unless you're sailing the high seas, I don't see any free options out there. Unless, of course, you subscribe to like Amazon Prime has it if you are a Cinemax subscriber. Hulu
Okay.
has it as a premium subscription. Everything else is $4 rental.
Yeah, forgot. But like I said, this is one of those films that I would think people have got to have in their collection.
Yeah, if you like this movie, this one is one you have.
Yeah,
in your collection.
this
is
this
absolutely.
yeah, it's a standard. I being a lover of romance, a fan of some this kind of music, this kind of film kind of does it for me. But even so, I mean, there are just some films I think I'm surprised when people don't have it or don't like it. And Dirty
Yeah.
Dancing's one of the. I mean, I know some guys don't want to. There'll be the guys, well, I don't like Dirty Dancing. What's that? Of course, they're going home and going, hungry eyes,
Yeah, exactly.
They are. Come on. They're out there dancing. They're wishing they were Johnny Castle.
Yep.
One way or another.
Yep.
But let me see what time we got. Oh, we're at about quarter after here, so
Yep.
let's start to crank up and go off to the summer of, I believe it's 63 in the Catskills with the Housemans and the adventures that occurred. This is another in the series that's in July of what happened on summer vacation. We, like I said, we did Meatballs for the comedy. This is the romance and the music and the drama. So gonna start when I let's go to countdown, and when I say play, We're going to start it. 3, 2, 1, play. Do, 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 do.
Yep.
Vestron Pictures production and associated with the Great American Films Limited Partnership. Linda Gottlieb. I like this. I like this beginning. There's something very cool about the Grey close-up dancing,
I feel
everybody
like
all
it's
up on
kind
each
of
other.
establishing the whole nostalgic thing.
Yeah.
You know?
Hello.
Yeah.
Nice thigh. Oh, Cynthia Rhodes.
Right.
Beautiful woman. Married to Richard Marx. Or
Makes
was
sense.
married to Richard Marx.
Hmm.
And had previously worked with Patrick Swayze on the Rosanna Toto video.
Really? Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah. Little things you find out when you read IMDb's trivia page. Like, I always like the ones who auditioned for the roles. Val Kilmer was one of the first ones who was approached, turned it down. Billy Zane read for the role, but couldn't dance. And those were the primary two. And I think Sarah Jessica Parker was considered for the role of Baby.
Yikes. Yeah.
So now I could see Billy Zane in the movie. But you're right, if he can't dance at all or
Yeah.
can't learn the steps, it wouldn't have worked. Man, look at those old cars.
Yup.
I love old 50s, 60s cars. They're built like bricks, you know. They're just much tougher than many of today's cars. Jerry Orback, such a class act.
Right.
Didn't he pass away?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He
like
passed
2004 or something
4,
like that?
yeah. And Swayze, I think, passed in 2009. Swayze put up a good fight, though. Filmed in Virginia and North Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah, there's two different places.
The way it opens up with Jennifer Grey's narration, I swear it just feels like this should be based on a novel or something, but apparently it's not.
No, it's actually pseudo based on the writer. It's kind of based on their life, and they are actually kind of both worlds.
Oh.
They actually had. I think the nickname. She had the nickname of Baby,
Mm-hmm.
and went to the Catskills with her family, and was a dancer.
Interesting.
What's really interesting here is the woman playing Baby's mom looks just like my mother-in-law.
Oh, nice.
Oh my gosh, she kind of does. I never noticed that before.
You never know, she looks like your mom.
No.
The same kind of eyes, the same hairstyle, everything.
Yep.
I will say the woman playing Baby's mom was originally supposed to play the cougar character, Vivian,
Uh-huh.
the one that gets upset because Johnny Castle's got eyes for the young girl now.
Right.
But the original Mrs. Houseman got sick, and so they did a little jockeying around. Because I could have easily seen her playing that cougar role, because Mrs. Houseman is a nice looking woman.
Yep.
the kind of dancing you really only see at weddings nowadays.
It's like some people don't really seem to want to be there.
Yeah. Cynthia Rhodes also in the very iconic Flashdance.
Yes.
She's dancing with a little old lady.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay.
Who has a
Got it.
much pretty big backstory later on. I've never been to like a resort camp like this for like anything beyond like a single day. I mentioned during Meatballs that we have a little summer camp near us, but I don't think they do like the extended stays. It's more like a weekend kind of deal they'll do.
Yeah.
But I've only been there for like staff events,
Well,
like a day on the
we've
water.
I've never been to the Catskills, but the resort is very very similar to a resort that I have gone a couple of times with Nanette and Evelyn. Evelyn, who's
Oh,
in
Lake Lawn.
up in Delavan, Wisconsin. They were
Oh,
all
cool.
very
Yeah.
popular back in the day.
Yeah, this one was like mountains. It's in Pembroke, Virginia. It's a resort there, Mountain Lake Lodge. That's what it was called. And then there was another one down in North Carolina that they filmed some scenes in. "35 playing 27, and she's like 27 playing 18,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that."
It's kind of the way they always did it, right?
Yeah, it was always the cool guy going up against the old guy authority figure. I mean, when you really look at the film, it, it's pretty. You kind of know what's going to happen, but the ride is so good. I was when I was trying to do a video on the Tomorrow War before
Hmm.
I opted just to write it out and then talk it.
Yeah.
I was equating it to a roller coaster that you've ridden many times before. You know the ups and downs, the twists and turns, but you still like to get on it because it's a thrill ride. You're going to enjoy it anyway.
Melissa Harris says we should do Ghost. Well, when I get to G, if Al hasn't done it before then, I'll be doing Ghost.
Yep.
I'm still in my A's.
Yeah, I've still got. I'm pretty much got this year figured out so far. I got maybe one or two things I'm kind of considering or reconsidering. But yeah, Ghost is a good one.
Aw.
I always like Jack Weston. He was a great character actor. He he is smarmy from
I
first
know.
second you see him.
Right.
You just want to slap him.
What's that?
Satorica Gaines, is almost the same age as Patrick Swayze was when he did this film.
Wow.
Yeah, Swayze is only like 8 years younger than the one playing uh, Baby's mom.
Let's say I like the fella on stage doing that old soft shoe.
Yep.
Yeah.
You don't see anything like that anymore. I mean, that was classic stuff.
Yep.
Oh
That
yeah.
soft shoe, tap dancing. It's like maybe I'm dating myself, but I think that was so smooth and so classy.
It was. I mean, and sadly, it's another era. Just
Yeah.
people today don't realize. Oh yeah, those young ones.
Right.
and you could see the son staring daggers at the old black man that was on stage. Like, why is he getting attention? He shouldn't be getting attention. It's like, dude, you're not all that in a bag of chips yourself.
Yeah. And one thing I found very interesting, Patrick Swayze held back on how good he was.
Yeah.
He's actually better than Johnny Castle at dancing.
So did he hold back because his dance partner wasn't as good and he didn't want to show her up?
No, he did. Patrick Swayze was pro level dancer. Johnny Castle was not supposed to be a pro level. He's supposed to be. He's supposed to be much more raw.
Yeah.
And so he kind of pulled back a little bit. He's still great. I mean, but he says he just wasn't worried as much about the technical as he would usually do. He just kind of let it flow more.
That's great dancing.
Yeah, Cynthia Rhodes, great dancer.
Yeah, it's like if your friend was able to make it, I was choosing her picture as my second option.
Yeah, she's all Penny. Yeah, the character Penny. Well, because she was in Staying Alive, Flashdance, and she also starred opposite Tom Selleck in Runaway. So she's got a little geek cred. But
Sir
great
Torn,
legs.
yes. Kelly Bishop was the grandmother in Gilmore Girls. You're absolutely right about that.
Mm-hmm. It's like now I'll get everybody else involved.
Right? Exactly.
It's like, don't volunteer me for
Yeah,
stuff.
right?
Shut up, Dad.
She's not amused.
No. And of course, you got Wayne Knight over there on the right.
Newman.
Right?
Hello, Newman. It was actually this role that got him Seinfeld.
See, and I never liked him. I always thought he was just so jerky.
Well, that was the point, you know.
Kind of
It's
plays
Yeah,
type,
I know.
that's what he does.
But that didn't endear me to him at all in any role that he ever played because it's like, he's a jerk. I don't like him.
Well, that's why they cast him that way. You're not
Yeah,
supposed
I
to
know.
like him.
But then that's all he's ever cast as.
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
Jurassic
well-
Park, he was a jerk. In this, he was a jerk. In Seinfeld, he was a jerk.
Well, it's like a good villain, you know. When you see if you see a guy who you're so used to seeing as a bad guy play the good guy,
Yeah.
it just doesn't work. I mean, it has to be a career-altering role sometimes. Well, that was one of the things with Arnold early in his career when he was playing the Terminator. They were afraid of having Arnold play the bad guy because he was so used to being the hero. That's right. Take your own darn watermelon.
Did you drop those watermelons?
Oh man, I didn't know he had 3. I got to give him credit for being able to hold three watermelon. That's
That's
a
why
feat.
he's leaning so far back, so he can have better leverage in holding them.
Oh,
Wow. Good catch.
Nice.
Good catch.
makes you wonder how many takes they had to do to get that.
Yeah, it's like, or if he did accidentally drop,
Oh.
drop it like that, and it's like, oh, we like that. We're gonna keep it.
And well, this is why they call it Dirty Dancing, folks.
And you saw these guys in the opening.
Just slower and less colorful.
Yep.
Yes.
You know, this may be a weird thing to say, but I rarely see watermelons like that anymore. Like the long ones. I always see the round, dumb-looking ones.
Yeah, it's like watermelons have changed their shape and everything over the years.
They have-
Now you just see small round ones, and that's it.
They
Yeah.
are specifically growing them that way to be able to pack them better. That's the only reason.
You also notice that they're seedless now.
Yep, they've been genetically
Yep.
modified so that you don't get seeds.
Oh, yeah. A rather diverse group. I see some African Americans in there. Of course, I do have pretzels, so if you do hear crunching, that's what it is.
That's fine. I'm eating popcorn.
Yep.
And I've got cheese crackers, so.
Now, like Cheez-Its or the ones
Yep.
with peanut butter?
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
There used to be a cheese cracker, it's kind of like a long cracker, kind of like an oval shape, but it was long and skinny, and they're
Yeah,
called nibs.
Nibs.
Cheese
Yeah,
nibs.
I remember cheese nibs.
It's
They
like
don't
you
make
can't
them
find those
anymore.
anymore. I loved
Yeah.
those.
They used to have a chip called pizza wheels. They were like little wheels that were pizza flavored. They don't make those anymore.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
And Nabisco had something called chipsters, which are basically like just little pre-processed scoop-looking potato product things. Love those. Those disappeared. I hate it when a favorite snack goes away. And
Right.
handicap cheddar fries and hot fries,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I love. They're still around, but they used to have pub fries, which was just salt. They don't make that anymore. They started making barbecue flavor, which I would never want, handicap fry. But I do like a hot fry and a cheddar fry.
And you know something, though? That dancing is really great exercise. That's how they're all staying so slim.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I carried
I carried
a watermelon.
Carried a watermelon.
Line dance. Or not line dance. They used to do this on American Bandstand, too, where they'd have the two lines, and then people would dance down the
Yep.
center.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's one little problem. I don't know how to dance, she says.
Yeah, these two had an on-again, off-again love-hate relationship in real life.
Oh gosh.
But they always had great chemistry together, and they
Oh
knew it.
yeah.
When they got along together, they got along together great. But when they butted heads, they butted heads.
I would imagine.
I wonder if she could dance, like, at all, or she had to learn to dance for this role.
I don't know. I think she could dance a little bit. The dance scene that the love scene when they start dancing.
Uh-huh.
That was what they did when they or going through auditions. And they liked it so much they put it in the movie.
So you were talking about the dancing down the line that they were doing. Evelyn referred to it as the Soul Train line. I
Yeah.
remember that.
They used
Yeah.
to do that on Soul Train too. I used to watch those every Saturday. It was American Bandstand, then right after that was Soul Train.
I like it. She was
Don
like,
Cornelius, if I recall.
yep.
Yep.
She was all ready to keep going too.
Oh yeah.
That's a beautiful, nice little lake beach.
They're trying on wigs.
Yeah.
I guess that was fun back in the 60s.
I don't know. When this movie supposedly was happening, I was 1 year old. Because she said it was summer '63. I was born the winter '62. So I wasn't even a year old yet.
I was still a glint.
negative
I was
9.
I could say I was still a glint in my father's eye. I was a little egg biting my
Your
tongue. in
sister
my
there
mother's
for a second
ovaries.
looked like Stockard Chaney from Greece.
Grease, yeah. Which we are doing in September, by the way.
Okay. Cool.
Grease and then Grease 2.
She can certainly dance.
Great shoulders. Love shoulders.
And that's just it. She doesn't know any of their stories.
Yeah.
Like, how do they get to this point? Why are they there?
Oh, by the same token, they don't know her story either. It's
No, but
kind
all
of
they see her
unfair.
as, she's a rich kid.
Yeah.
So all these workers are just like, all these rich families are here. Hopefully we can get some good tips.
And of course, they haven't shown it yet, but Penny's upcoming plot twist was very controversial when this film came out. And,
I would
and
imagine, yeah.
a lot of viewers were kind of iffy about it. A lot of the executives, when they were making it, were kind of scared about it.
So that's her story. Her husband's away a lot, so she's up there all the time.
Yeah.
So she flirts with the staff and probably gets a little extra from them.
Uh-huh.
But then when he comes up, he's a big player. So he spends a lot of money at the poker tables and all that. I can't stand this kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he deserves a swift kick in the face. Yeah.
He's like, leave me alone.
Yeah, he's the silver spoon kid who was never told no
Yeah.
and likes to have his own little toys, and nobody else can play with them. You were talking about Billy Zane. He could have played that character well.
Right? Right?
Robbie.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So that was her sister and the waiter, right?
Yeah.
Right. Robbie.
I mean, does he understand she can get him fired? The right word whispered in Daddy's ear. Daddy's going to go to the boss and go, this guy hit on my daughter.
Well, he kind of explained later on when he's talking to Baby, he's a proponent of Ayn Rand, he's reading The Fountainhead,
Mm-hmm.
which is all about, I'm number one, and you got to look out for yourself, kind of thing. I forget the term, but
See,
And
this
she's
is
like,
one of those scenes that, she's being very clever in a way that they don't usually write characters in movies.
and then she goes and finds one of the guys she knows she can trust.
Right.
mhm.
It's like, yeah, she's trying to help you guys, so
Mhm.
you know.
See, he's got that typical. I've always been crapped on my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm from the wrong. I was born on the wrong side of the tracks. I was
You
always
know,
looked down on.
it's. I kind of get where he's coming from though, because it's
Mhm.
like it's not his. You made an assumption.
I mean, especially since the other guy had even said, yeah, they're not a couple. They haven't been together since they were
That's
kids.
the thing that gets me,
Yeah.
because she'd already been told that. It wasn't true then. It's still not true, but you still stepped in it.
But ultimately, she didn't mean anything bad about it. So I think she's. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, pretzel attack. Another weird thing to say. I like that table. That
Oh
long
yeah, a little
table.
rustic, but in
I love
in,
rustic.
I
I
think
love
it's a
rustic.
bench.
in a pretty natural way. Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
rustic.
Yeah, I think it's just a bench because it's very long and short.
Calm down, Johnny.
Well, Robbie's a creep anyway.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
kind of figured that out right from the beginning. I am going to get another drink. I shall be right back. You need one, sweetie? Do
Pardon
you
me.
need another drink?
Yeah, I will.
You talk about Diet Dr. Pepper. I have been for weeks trying to get a hold of the Dr. Pepper cream soda zero that they've got now.
Yeah.
My Food Lion never has it. I keep trying. I keep adding it, and I just have in my Instacart no replacement if they don't have, because one of these days it's going to be there. See, Fountainhead.
Good girl.
Exactly. Exactly.
And that's the moment when I fell in love with Jennifer Grey.
Why in the world was she helping him like pour water glasses and stuff anyway? She doesn't work there.
Something to do.
I think it's just part of her nature. She's a helper. Her dad's doctor, so she's kind of got that. I'm always out to help people.
Yeah, and she does want to join the Peace Corps.
And actually, I actually like Jennifer Grey when she was in Red Dawn, also with Patrick Swayze.
Excellent, excellent movie. Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
That one is really worth digging into the side lore on.
Yeah, really, a really great what if kind of a.
Yeah.
Now she's asking for $250, which back in the '60s was a lot of money. Now it's not so much, but yeah, back then it was a fortune. And she just went to her rich daddy, and she's going to help the girl out.
I do like her reasoning though.
So
You told me if there's someone in trouble, I should always try to help.
I like that top.
yeah, and it goes well with the little jean shorty things she's got on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would that be a skirt? No, it's not a skirt. What am I
No, but
thinking
you're right.
of?
It could be. It would be a perfect cut for it.
Yeah. I know they're just long shorts, like down to the knee kind of thing. So Troy, are you guys doing Roadhouse this week
Roadhouse, huh?
on Friday night, or are you too drunk to remember that conversation on your stream?
I actually don't remember talking about Roadhouse. I'll have to go back and rewatch my stream.
You remember we're talking about Roadhouse, and you were saying we watch Roadhouse next week. I didn't know if you were. I was thinking, I wonder if he'll remember that. I would have
I
asked
don't
you about
remember. I'm glad you mentioned it though.
it. Yeah, because I came on and I was like, "Dirty Dancing tomorrow night," and you were talking about that, and you go, Roadhouse. I think it might have been Adrian Boomer that mentioned it.
Yeah, Robbie should have paid for it. He's being a jerk, and she said, yeah, you're right about him. It's like, you know what? Take the money.
And then I would take it out of Robbie's hide.
Teacher, she can do it.
I like that. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, Sir Torin, they don't need to invade. They should just wait. We're going to turn communist on our own.
It's like, you're a strong partner. You can teach
Look
anybody.
at that.
Yeah.
I love the look in her eye. It's like, I'll show him.
And then the very next thing you see is her stepping on his foot.
Stepping on his foot. Yep.
I love the fact that everybody in the chat remembers my show from last night better than I do.
You do.
Yeah, last night Troy loved everybody. There you go.
Well,
She wasn't following his lead, though. She was doing it because she was anticipating the steps.
and great use
kinda
of the
see
great use of the wipeout sound too.
Yeah.
Wipeout. Do.
Yeah, that's exactly the way I would be, too.
But she's so cute when she does that little frustrated dance.
Right?
She's
No.
bouncing.
But she's practicing and she's
Yep.
trying, and that's the whole
Yes, she
point.
is. Yep. And she gets better and better.
It's like, I can do this, darn it.
And I like how she just walks off screen. I just like that's hello. Love this
Yeah. Agreed. This is like that was my favorite outfit in this whole thing.
And see if she's gonna wear I'm surprised they don't have her in heels already.
Yeah.
Hello.
I know, right?
She looks around, make sure no one's watching her. She doesn't care if they see her doing this, but the over the railing thing she cares about.
Whee! She is cute.
Yeah.
One of the great '80s girl next doors.
Mm-hmm.
I never had a girl that that was next door to me that looked that cute though. I did have one sort of that was kind of cute, but then she moved.
I always thought she was pretty.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, she always was. I mean, and she technically still is.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like I said, this that nose was her trademark, and she got rid of it. This is a pretty cool scene. I like this.
Yeah. And Eric Carmen. This was the song of the year for me.
Oh, yeah. Hungry eyes.
It's like keep your back straight and feel the music.
This song may or may not have made it onto a mixtape or two in its time.
Ooh.
Oh, I wore out the soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yeah, this soundtrack in and of itself kind of was a mixtape. You could just immediately
Right.
You could buy the soundtrack and give it to your girlfriend, and she'd be in heaven.
Yep.
And I will say,
Jeez.
my former girlfriend's roommate gave me a soundtrack once, Conan the Destroyer, and I was like, "You know me."
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like that's how you win. Now she's got the
Oh,
heels.
she's finally gotten
Now
the
she's
heels
got
on.
the heels, yeah. And one thing I never really thought about before with this is that she saw all the romantic, dancing and whatnot. Now she's experiencing all the work they put into it, you know?
Melissa suggesting also not only with Roadhouse and Ghost, but Footloose.
Oh, yeah.
And those look like underwear.
Footloose and
I'm not
Flashdance
complaining.
would be a good double bill.
Jennifer Beal was so hot.
Yeah.
And Patrick Swayze must be cold.
Yep. Very. Love the sax on this song.
He should have her practice getting heels all the time, though.
Yeah.
I
All of
love this.
Do you know the story behind these?
No.
These were bloopers.
Oh, were they?
They were not. His reaction of frustration was genuine because she
Wow.
kept getting tickled. So when he's actually looking upset and they like screw up, they were bloopers.
That's just brilliant.
And
Yeah,
they
I
just
wouldn't
thought
have
it was
guessed.
great. They thought it was great, and they just left it in.
Well, yeah, it's part of the teaching process, so it worked.
Oh, nice abs.
Yeah,
For her.
right?
Not over defined, but still nice.
The lift, you learn that later.
See, I don't know what she did there. I think that's the moment he fell in love with her.
Yeah.
It's not like when a girl tells you off, man. There's just something hot about that.
Yep. Oh, this is a good song too. Alfie's
You,
Apicosta.
you know what gets me? He never checks the other door.
I know.
He just immediately gets the thing out and busts the window.
It's overload. Yeah, that hurts. 57 Chevy Bel Air.
Yeah, but you could fix that fairly easy.
Because he does open that door, and you don't see her lean over to open it. So
I never thought about that.
Oh my gosh, you're right.
because I was watching to see if she leaned over to open the door for him. She doesn't. He just opens the door and gets in.
So that means that the driver's side door was open.
But he did all these. Well, he did all the stuff himself. He
Oh, sure.
didn't have a stuntman, and he fell off quite a bit too. He busted his knee up doing this scene.
Oh, did he?
Cedric Moss is saying, "Are you guys live? Because I don't see the light. I assume we're live.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we're live. It's
Oh, if you are, if you hover your cursor over the live, hit live, and it should jump you ahead to the to where we're at.
yeah. I found that out the hard. Well, not the hard way, but I like realized that one day.
Yeah, if you have any buffering issues or whatever, it won't show live. Just click on the little live and it'll jump to the end.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah,
next to the sound thing.
yeah. We were watching mass today. We always watch. Our church does the 4 p.m. mass on on a live stream, and I found out how to throw it on the television using my phone. So it's easier. It's more comfortable for my mother to see it there. So I had it, but we were having buffering issues, and so it would like keep picking up, and then there'd be this little like, and it would go right back to the live. It would like be jumping. I was like, man, our priest is like the Flash. Oh, come on, YouTube. Did you ever try this?
No, he can lift me easy.
But did you ever do this? The Dirty Dancing lift, like to in effect to do the Dirty Dancing lift.
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
What? Filmed in October, and they didn't do a close up because they were turning blue.
Wow.
They hated doing this scene. It was so cold. They said.
I would imagine. I can
Yeah.
tell.
Yeah, I guess you can tell if you look closely.
Yeah, you don't even have to look that closely. We're talking high beams there.
That would be a beautiful place to swim. Miss Schumacher.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I like doing it as a Tessmacher yell. When she was younger, she was a dancer.
Yeah.
George Burns was a teacher, she says. It's like, yeah, she's really helping her out.
I'm glad she respects her enough to let her
Yeah.
know that. Looks nice except for that bra.
I know, right?
Well, she'll take off her Playtex Maidenform bra before the show.
Did you hear the big?
Definitely that cross your heart there.
Did you hear the big bra news in geekdom?
No.
Gillian Anderson saying she is not going to wear bras anymore.
Amen.
I don't know who that is.
Gillian Anderson, Scully,
Yeah.
X-Files?
X-Files, yeah.
Oh God, that wounded me a little there, Nanette. That you didn't know that.
No, I was never a big X Files fan, so that's why the name didn't stick out. But as soon
My
as you said Scully, it's like, oh, okay.
my geek queen forever in my top 5 crush.
Oh, we better not tell Alicia.
Hey, Alicia's in there too.
Gosh. She is so
She's
nervous.
deer in a headlight.
I mean, she doesn't even look like herself, so I don't think anyone would recognize her.
No, definitely not.
But I see a couple in the audience that scares her for a second.
Well, they see the old couple.
Right. But see, my take on this is she has practiced so hard. It really is muscle memory. She's got this, you know.
Well,
But,
she makes a couple mistakes, but
sure.
nothing that they can't cover.
Right. The thing is, the lift, I still insist she did not have enough time practicing that lift.
Yeah,
She,
they should
if they'd
have
have
been
been doing
practicing
that
all
from the
along.
beginning, she'd have been fine.
But the way he covers it is pretty good. Like having the up and then slide down thing, that's pretty hot.
Yeah. Nope.
Whoops.
Oh, jeez.
I like that little. Oh, okay, they did something else. I thought there was something else that happened. That's what I was thinking of
That's
right
it.
now.
Yeah.
And see, he's happy with it.
Yeah.
She worked hard. She did fine. Couple glitches, but nothing too much to worry about.
It's just like trying to get out of the dress and into her other
Right.
clothes.
Love that steering wheel. Big old steering wheel. They make them little teeny ones nowadays.
She still did good.
Yeah. And he's saying, you did good.
Yeah.
And he's kind of checking her out.
Well,
And I would be too.
because he's a man.
And he already knows he's got feelings for her at this point. I mean, that's.
Yeah.
She's not wearing any shoes. Where's her shoes?
I thought she had one on. I must have missed it. I know she did. It looked like she was barefoot on one foot. That is a pretty sweet car.
57 Chevy Bel Air. I have built at least 3 different models of that car.
You mean models, right? Not like
Model
real
models, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I would love. That is definitely one of my. If I could have,
A dream
reals?
car.
a dream car, yeah. Right
My
up
dr-
there with the '89 Batmobile.
Mine is still
There's a problem.
the '77 Trans Am black.
Oh, sure.
So now she's gonna go get Daddy because Daddy's a doctor.
Dad's a doctor.
It's like, Daddy, come quick.
Yeah.
You can't say anything, but come quick and trust me.
Yeah. And I like ultimately Johnny appreciates that.
Yeah.
That she thought quick and saved
Yeah.
Penny's life.
Well, and he reacts like a doctor, right?
Yeah.
There's an emergency, bring your doctor bag.
Well,
Right.
actually,
No matter
she
what's-
grabbed it.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what's happened, there's still someone that's in need of help. And that's part of his oath.
You can see the blood like all over the sheets and everything.
Misunderstanding number 1.
Yeah.
So first he's got to give her something for the infection.
Give her probably some kind of coagulant, too.
I was going to say, first he's giving her something for the pain, but then, yes, he needs to.
Yeah, so he thinks that he got her knocked out.
Right.
But that's not what he asked. He said, who's responsible for this girl? He's
Yeah.
responsible for her.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he's responsible for the condition she's
Now here's the
in.
thing. He goes,
He
is that
would-
what my money paid for? She goes, I didn't mean to lie. But she didn't lie.
Yeah.
She
would
said
have
that she needed money to help someone.
felt responsible for anybody. His cousin or almost any dancer under his umbrella. He's just that kind of a guy.
Yeah.
He's kind of like the father figure, the boss kind of guy. He's like, I'm responsible for them.
Yep.
Always reminds me of the screen house we got down on our old shore. Typical bachelor. Stuff strewn all over the place.
Yeah.
I like that. It's not a great room. You probably got a great room. Yeah, there's a lot of space there.
That's a nice little rocking chair. Is it a rocker? Yeah, it looks like a rocker.
That room is bigger than one of my first apartments. Yeah, it's like he was a jerk with you. Sorry about that. That's never was my intention. It's like now her father doesn't want her wearing makeup, but she's wearing makeup.
Well, she still got the makeup on from the act.
Oh yeah, she's still wearing the same clothes. I thought this was
Yeah.
later.
Man, they just got back. That's why Penny couldn't do the thing, is she was getting this procedure.
No,
So
but I
this
mean, I
is
thought this was like the
still,
next day.
yeah. This is later the same night. It could be the next day by this point, but it's still that night.
Wow.
But
And that takes a huge amount of courage.
yeah, that's when you put yourself out there like that.
Hey, that's why Troy and I are together. He put himself out there, and now he's been married. It'll be 29 years, August 3rd.
Yep.
That's a great come on line. Dance with me.
Yeah.
Melissa Harris's Spider Owl's foot senses are tingling. I like a foot, still do. Bit over exaggerated for jokes, but I like a foot. I don't mind a foot. Oh, see, every guy wants a girl that puts that look on his face.
Yep.
Hello. Yes, if you're not hearing us talking, it's because we are enchanted by this scene.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
She wore her pretty bra.
Yeah, right?
And
Hey,
another thing,
any guy listening is gonna like pretty bras. It's like, yeah, women have their
yeah,
everyday whatever bras, and then they have their pretty bras.
I learned that one a long time ago. The pretty bra and the ones that are there just to do the job.
Yep.
Another thing I like about Jennifer Grey, she's natural.
Yep.
God, I hate it when women get boob jobs. Takes me right out.
See, now
There was
if Daddy
actually
knew what just happened, Daddy would kill him.
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
there was actually a longer love scene there, but they cut it because it was it was hot. When did coffee cups need to be so big now? Yeah, I miss those little dainty ones.
Agreed.
I'm not a coffee drinker, but I like the little ones. They're so cute.
Oh, she's gonna sing in the show. I remember how awful that was.
Yeah.
Yup.
Although he didn't really get to do much, Jerry Orback's a heck of a dancer too.
Oh yeah.
He originated the role in Chicago. He was like the
Really?
first. Yeah, I read he was the first one to play that part.
Huh.
And he did. I don't know if it was Chicago or another uh, Broadway production he was in. That and one of the ancillary dancers was Patrick Swayze. Pretty famous
Sure.
Swayze.
Yeah, it's like she's gonna be just fine.
She got darn lucky.
Yeah. Right.
And she's jealous.
Now, I didn't do the lips, which means you don't have anything to worry about. I'm not going to steal your job.
Like she knows exactly what's going on. She could tell.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like before you end up getting
Right.
fired or worse.
But you know what? She'd be worth getting fired for. If what they got's real, it's worth it.
Sir Torrance says that Jory Orbach was the original El Gallo in Fantastics, the longest running musical in the world.
Cool.
I am going to be getting Sir Torrin on my show, and we're going to be talking about musicals. But looks like Sir Torrin, it's not going to be this week because I guess I've already promised to do a rewatch. So
I don't know if you
maybe next
promised
week.
or not. It was put up for as a possibility.
Ah,
I
I'll stick with it.
never heard if it was solidified in any way.
No, I just think it's funny. I think I should stick with it now.
Roadhouse.
I mean,
Talk
especially after coming off this Patrick Swayze movie, I don't see why not.
Yeah, and talk about a fun life doing puzzles with your dad.
Yeah. Well, don't poo-poo that. I mean,
No,
those are the kind of things you look
I would
back
never.
on and-
I would love to do a puzzle with my dad. Although this would be fun too on a rainy day.
Yeah, I know, right?
Agent Boomer.
You see, you
Ask her what
promised
it is.
Roadhouse. Okay, I'm doing Roadhouse on Friday. So, Sir Torrin, let's start looking at the following week for the musicals. Oh, slight butt shot there.
His or hers?
His.
I was looking down.
She gave good back though.
She gave good back, right?
I like it. I like a back,
Baby got back.
but the real back way. Great shoulders, great back. So Torgay said, as always, the first week of August. It'll be the day after my birthday. What day's your birthday, Sir Torrin? My mom's is in August too. In the first part of August. August 2nd, actually. See? Good back.
Yep. Baby got back.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like our buddy Stan. His anniversary is August 2nd. Our anniversary is August 3rd. We were married 5 years apart.
I just noticed now she's wearing
August
underwear.
5th.
What's your real name, baby? Francis.
Considering it was given to her as a baby.
I think every Francis I know is a man. I know it's spelled different, but still.
Like Francis Ford Coppola?
Yep.
Someone you sort
That
of
you
love?
sort of love.
I don't think I could be with somebody that I sort of loved in that way.
Oh, God, you're such a dumb girl.
I like this.
I used to be good at volleyball.
My dance face, yeah.
This also, a lot of this was improvised.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Especially when they started to do the dancing.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the singing. Baby!
Yep. Great song.
Like I said, I wore out this soundtrack.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Shake things up.
Way over his head.
Is what, the chicken dance? What's a panjanga?
I have no idea.
I don't know that dance.
Me neither.
As Troy is looking it up now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's getting paid. I hit him in the pachanga.
And I wouldn't talk to the kid. I talked to the actual boss and go, look, I've got these really great ideas for dance numbers that I think people will be interested in. Can I just show you a couple of them? You know.
Or even ask some of the patrons, would they be interested in some kind of a
Yeah.
different, modern take on.
Okay, it's a Latin dance, kind of a forerunner to the salsa.
It's like, why is she still with Robbie?
Because she doesn't know what a dip he is.
Right.
Because she's keeping the secret.
Well, he's got a
Yep.
point. We just had to hide.
Yeah, so Torg again talking about Jennifer Grey's dad, Joel Grey,
Oh,
being the
yeah.
MC in Cabaret. Yep.
I met him once, many years ago. He was doing some show at the Auditorium Theater in Chicago, and unfortunately, it only lasted like 4 nights before they closed the show.
I also remember him from being in the Buffyverse. Or the
Oh,
Whedonverse,
right.
actually. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
he was demonic in that one. And he gets what he deserves.
Oh yeah.
But he's also a staff member, so he's nobody important.
At least he's trying. At least he's trying. He doesn't completely wuss out here.
Yeah. And I like it. Johnny's like, hit me, and lets him hit him because he knew it wasn't going to do nothing. And I like how everybody's just like, yep, show's over.
And if I was Baby, I'd go to Dad and say,
Well, I also feel like everybody that was there, if Johnny couldn't take him, they would have all jumped in.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I were her, I'd go to Dad and say, this guy needs to be fired. This is what he did. Blah 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 blah.
That is probably the one thing that I don't understand about this movie. Why she didn't tell her father that.
Yeah. Well, I think she was probably doing the same old keeping the secret thing.
Yeah.
She promised.
But I mean, I would never have made that promise. I'd have been like, this guy is now seeing my sister. I can't allow that.
Now, a little piece of trivia: the actress who plays Baby's sister wrote that song.
Oh, really?
It was meant to be bad.
Ah, okay.
So he's been sleeping with her too.
Yeah, well, he admitted it. He
He
admitted it.
had, yeah.
So if he's so in love with Baby, why is he sleeping with her?
Well, he's not anymore. He doesn't do it.
Right.
He had been before he got with Baby.
And she's like, the heck?
He does love me. He does love me. He didn't take the money to have sex with the wife.
Oh, man.
Oh.
I like the little bow.
Yeah. Yikes. Oh, God. Oh, God. No. No, no, no.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Well, you remember what happens there, right?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
with someone else or something.
Oh, he's with the cougar.
Oh,
She
that
found a,
makes
s-
sense. Yeah,
she
yeah,
found
yeah.
she found a substitute. Another great song.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure I have this CD somewhere.
I remember when I first saw this movie with my mom. She's like, "There is a cloth on the door.
Yeah.
Don't. Uh-oh."
Ah, that takes me back.
Yep.
I do like the fact that they show Johnny not just being this tough guy
Yeah.
and not just like angry, but he wants to be accepted.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's probably one of the things that's the best about this movie. These characters are complex. They're
Yeah.
not like two-dimensional. Well, most of them anyway.
Well, yeah, yeah. I mean,
You know, she's
for the
she's definitely
cougar,
getting tired now.
she's pretty hot.
Yeah, yeah.
I will say, a very beautiful woman there. I say cougar. I think she's probably younger than me at this point.
Oh yeah.
Because you probably took it, you jerk.
Yep. Well, yeah, in a situation like this, you kind of need the proof.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
are.
Exactly.
So there.
Yeah.
And now Daddy's upset.
I mean, talk about not going around accusing innocent people. You have
Yeah.
no proof, you know?
Exactly. Well, they did have like they saw him walking around that time.
That's
They had to lie.
circumstantial evidence at
It
best. That is
is.
not evidence.
It is. Of course it is. But I'm just saying that's what made them
Oh, yeah.
start to then anyway, because the the young one doesn't like the guy anyway. he's sitting there picturing his daughter being violated by that
That's an image I
guy.
didn't need.
Yeah, but what's even worse though is, I mean, at least she's with a guy that really does care about her.
Yeah,
His other
exactly.
daughter is, you know,
Was flying under the
yeah,
radar and
exactly.
almost does it with the guy who got Penny pregnant,
Exactly.
which he does not know.
It's like, wake up.
That old couple got around.
Yep. Yeah.
Evelyn, busted.
Yeah, busted. This is a
Yeah.
very uncomfortable scene. Orback wants to rip him apart.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that's what you would see.
I mean, he had nothing to lose. I would have said, yeah, that was actually Robbie. Robbie, who is going after your other daughter.
Yeah, well, I don't think that, I actually think the way that's revealed is much better
Yeah.
later.
I don't remember how that's revealed.
And he's
Yeah.
trying to be classy here too, Just like, before. It's not his business to say, right?
Great song.
This is a great song, and this is Patrick Swayze.
Oh, that's right. It's him singing.
Oh, it
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Done this one a time or two at karaoke too.
And although, the film has several songs that aren't contemporary to the
Sure.
time,
Mm-hmm.
but they are in themselves timeless songs.
Yeah.
Except for maybe some of the arrangement, you could see the songs with those lyrics in that time.
So I always like the songs that told a story.
Yes, Sir Torn, I was just thinking that. I'm glad you brought it up. Patrick Swayze wrote this song for his wife.
So
I like
I'm
that.
getting the impression they're always trying to change her, and
Yeah.
it's like, it's pretty if you just do it your
Yeah.
way.
Hmm. It's like you're fine just the way you are,
Yep.
which is
And
why you
there's
should
that
have never
sisterly
gotten your
moment.
nose done.
They've both been hurt, and they're both relating to
Yeah.
each other. You know.
And what a totally hokey song.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's actually the tune has actually been used in many instances for like
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
college themes, or what are they called? What are college the songs
Yeah.
anthems? Not anthem, alma maters. Whatever they call the
Yeah, the
songs
school
that are.
song.
Yeah.
Oh, she cannot sing.
You know what? As long as she's having fun.
Yeah. And you know, the parents are thinking, "Oh, that's our girl."
Yoink.
Yeah.
Talked himself out of that one.
Yup.
I like the fact that they have this entire backstory. You just get a little bit of it. I bet they were an interesting duo in their time.
It's like, but if you let them show the more modern dances, people would want to learn those. And he's back.
Mm-hmm.
The triumphant return. Our leader's back.
Right.
Here it comes. The iconic line.
That he
The
hated.
line he hated. Yes.
It is pretty clunky.
It is. But you know what? That's part of its charm, I think.
Of course, she'd be the last one singing.
It's like, yeah,
Sit
your
down,
butt
Jake.
Down.
I said, that's right. Listen to
Put
your
on that
wife.
45.
Yup.
And they're like, oh, scandalous.
Yeah.
He dipped her.
And now, of course, she's thinking, "Thank God I wore underwear."
Yeah. Right.
And heels.
Right.
And Dad's watching like, she can dance.
Right.
Yeah, and Mama's proud too.
I love that line. I love that line.
Yes, it could be love. I love that. I love that laugh that she
Right?
does.
So genuine.
Yeah. And of course, the song won the Academy Award for Best Song that year.
It was written by Jennifer Warren, wasn't it?
Um, I don't know. It might have been. I know it was sung by her.
It's like, now let me
me
show you
check.
some good dancing.
Composed by Franke Prevet, John
Oh,
DeNicola, and Don Markowitz. Recorded by Bill Medley and Jennifer Warren.
okay. I was mistaken. I know she's a songwriter, so I guess I always just assumed that she had written it.
Of course, she's the one that wrote "Faith of the Heart," wasn't she?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. The
First performed by Rod Stewart, I believe.
Star Trek Enterprise theme.
Yes, but originally done by Rod Stewart for
Oh,
Patch Adams.
I did not know that. And she does the lift.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you saw she had the rest of the routine down cold, you know?
Yep.
And now she just felt like confident enough to just go with it.
And I kind of start getting all the old people up to start dancing.
And they're moving the chairs out of the way so they got more dancing space.
Mama's got some moves too.
Yep. You have sheet music on this stuff.
It's a nice little moment.
Yeah.
Because they could have easily ended it on that lift and like gone off into credits,
Yep.
but they had that little redeeming moment.
And her sister can't dance for crap. But look at that old dude going.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he's
Well, then again, he can do the soft shoes, so he knows how to move.
yeah. Doo, doo, doo. Great horn. I like a good horn in there.
If you notice now, all the chairs are gone because as they were starting to get people up to dance, some of the dancers were grabbing chairs to get them out of the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
Oh, such a beautiful, beautiful romantic movie.
I think that's an even better lift.
Yeah, but you know how much that's hurting her armpits?
Oh yeah.
And I know he was doing this with busted knees when he does that jump off the stage.
Oh yeah.
His knees had taken a beating, and he was hurt.
So how do you feel about a sequel to this movie?
There's no need for a sequel. You
I
create
agree.
your own future for this film, and they lived happily ever after in my universe. Of course, realistically, they're not exactly the kind of couple that would make it in the long run.
Well,
You never know.
I don't know what they're gonna do, but it was announced last year that they're planning to do a sequel, and Jennifer Grey said she would reprise her role as
No,
Baby.
I'm sorry. Okay, if they do a sequel, I will say I'll say this: any sequel would need to be her widowed because Johnny has passed, and then
And they
her
have to put her up with a prosthetic nose.
yeah. She was Johnny got killed in a car accident, and she had to have her face reconstructed.
Okay, yeah, that could work.
There you go. And hey, that's easily written. 1, 2, 3.
This is
But
this is the
have her
problem that
have their daughter or son be, like twist it, like do a Grease 2 where their son is like the nerdy guy who needs to learn from the hot chick.
but see, I don't see them doing the same kind of. I mean, because if anything, it's going to be what 1990 or something like that, and these resort towns all pretty much have gone bye, you know. So
Yeah.
I don't
But,
think this is what it would be about, you know.
or a hot Latina girl in or a Bahamian woman go to the Bahamas or Caribbean somewhere or Mexico, and I mean that I would never accept realistically if Jennifer Grey comes back
Mm-hmm.
that she would be her and Johnny, he'd have to be dead
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because Patrick Swayze does not deserve to be recast.
I agree with you 100%. I'm pretty sure
And
that's what they would do.
now, if they did do a true sequel, then I would not want Jennifer Grey in it. If they wanted to bring back both characters, because Swayze and Grey are the iconic couple. They can never remake that with another person. It just wouldn't work in my point of view. But like I said, if you give her the mother role and Johnny is passed as an homage to him, dedicate the movie to Patrick
Mm-hmm.
and Jerry Orback, who of course is no longer with us, and that's your movie right there. And like I said, just have a son or a daughter, and just it doesn't have to be the exact same kind of thing. It doesn't even really have to be dancing. It could be, I don't know. But if you're going to have a dirty dancing, if they don't dancing, you can't call it dirty dancing. I mean, it'd be
Actually, Sir Torin, Havana Nights was actually a prequel, and Patrick Swayze was playing a different character. But yes, you're right.
And it failed horribly because you cannot recapture magic like that.
No.
This was magic. It was done on a, but they did not expect it to be anything. On the first cut, the guy at the executive at the studio said, "Let's burn it and claim the insurance and take the loss," because they didn't think it was going to be anything. But you get the right music and get the right cut, and you've got that chemistry. You've got the chemistry between the characters.
Oh yeah.
And just put it out there, and it became a monster hit. You got to take a chance sometimes.
See, and all the things you were just talking about what you would do with a sequel, Al, that's one of the biggest problems I have with what we do. How we
Right.
talk about movies and, the entertainment that we love. It's like the fans of this stuff actually have better ideas than what Hollywood is trying
Right.
to do right now. It's like they've forgotten how to write,
Yeah, like I said, for me, it's a complete. Without Patrick Swayze, it would never be the same, unless you say Johnny Castle passed away somehow. I would. Okay. Have you ever seen the film Cutting Edge? The skaters.
I probably did.
Okay, it's a little romantic comedy kind of thing about a hockey player who gets hurt and then can't play hockey anymore, but he becomes a figure skater, and he's teamed up with a girl who has a hard time finding partners because she's such a bitch, basically.
Okay.
And of course, they fall in love and go on. Well, they had a sequel that was, I think, their daughter, and they've had several sequels, but in every sequel the couple had broken up in different ways. The only couple that ever stayed together were the ones in the original movie, and to me that ruins it. If you have Cutting Edge 3 and you break up the couple from Cutting Edge 2, that makes Cutting Edge 2 completely pointless now. So you've got to honor what the fans fell in love with.
Yeah.
Cutting Edge is a cute film. I enjoy Cutting Edge. It's not Dermot. What's his face? I cannot remember the guy's name. Not Dermot Mulroney, or is it Dermot Mulroney? It is Dermot Mulroney. I'm thinking of Dylan.
Like who?
I think you'd recognize me if you saw him. And the girl who played Charlie Chaplin's wife in Chaplin, I want to Maura Kelly, I think is her name. But that was a cute little film. I mean, it's not, the best film in the world, but it has a little cult following. But you don't break up couples from a hit film like that. If you break up Baby and Johnny, that is pulling pages out of the Bible. Maybe, metaphorically.
I know what you mean.
You just don't do it. But what'd you think? Had it been a while since you watched it?
Oh, yeah, it's been years.
Yeah, it's been a while since I watched it, but I love this. I've seen it so many times it doesn't feel like that long. I love this film because, like you said, as a Hallmark romantic soul, I love a film where there's the happy ending and the couples end up together and everything is kosher. And so I'm predetermined to like that. So I just hope everyone enjoyed us reacting to Dirty Dancing, one of the iconic films of the 80s. Probably easily one of the top 3 films of the 80s that, defined that decade. In cinema anyway. So next week, what do we got ahead of us, Netter?
Amadeus.
Rocky Amadeus.
Sorry, had to.
Yeah, you
And
had to.
actually, Daniel Heron, if you're still in the chat and you're interested in joining us, let me know because all the good music that's in there.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Talk
great.
about an
Music
awesome
guest.
soundtrack. Absolutely.
That is, and that's a long film. So, bring bring your diapers. It's a long one.
Yeah, yeah.
I luckily got my little bed,
Thanks, Al. Thanks
bedside
for
thing.
sharing.
I have shared it before. Everyone knows I am disabled and I have issues, and I have my little beside the bed buddies. But yeah, Amadeus, great one. I have not seen
Yes,
that
Daniel
in
for Amadeus.
years.
Yeah, if you can
Awesome.
make it, it'd be great if you wanted to join us. So, I think I'm gonna
He's asking if it's a two-parter. No, we're gonna watch the whole thing.
maybe take a nap in the afternoon before the rewatch. That could be an option.
Well,
Um,
I've mentioned before, like I'm thinking of. I have not definitively said it. I'm thinking of in November watching Gone with the Wind.
yeah,
Three plus hours long.
yeah.
I was thinking of starting that earlier, like like 9 or even maybe 8 Eastern. It'd
You
be
know,
an
I've
early
never seen
night.
it.
You've never seen Gone with the Wind?
Nope. I know some of the iconic lines from it, but I've never seen the movie.
Oh my goodness, I love Gone with the Wind. Is like I said, if someone asks me what my favorite films are, I have to say, are you talking Geek Al? Or are you talking Cinema Lover Al? Cinema
Right.
Lover Al, definitely one of my top films. Gone with the Wind, Ten Commandments, Ben Hur, and we've watched Ben Hur, so
Yes, we have.
I'm not adverse to doing a long film, but when I do it, I may start it an hour early, maybe an hour and a half, because it does go on. But I know Amadeus is a good, was about 3 hours.
I don't know. Let me
Um,
I
grab
forget.
it.
I believe this is the theatrical cut, Daniel Herron. I'm not positive.
I have. Let's see. The one I
Let me
have.
take a look.
Amadeus.
I have the direct. I have the director's cut. 3 hours and 25 seconds. So it's literally at 3 hours.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it's the theatrical release. Let me
Yeah,
double check.
mine's mine. I've got the director's cut. So if you have another version, I may need help with that because mine's the director's cut. 3 hours.
I've never seen the director's cut. I'm wondering
And
if we
F.
can get
Murray
that before next week.
and F. Murray Abraham. Wow,
Right? Right?
wow, great performance. As
I,
evil as devious as that character can be, God,
mhm,
he's just fascinating to watch.
yeah.
If you want it, if
Unfortunately,
you want
not
it,
at
I can
all
send it.
accurate to Salieri in real life, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
yeah.
are
you know.
I can send it if you need it. I'll send it to you. The MP4. It's on.
Well, I can always get the MP4 if we want to go there.
If you ever need to put one in your locker, you know where you can find it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I know.
So, Daniel, interested in joining
Yeah,
next week?
he said
Yeah.
I'm down like a clown,
Oh, cool.
and that's why he asked
Awesome.
directors or theatrical cut.
Okay. I'll make sure
Yeah.
that you get an invite.
So yeah, if we do the director's cut, I'm set. If we're not, I'm going to need the regular theatrical cut.
Yeah, I'm just double checking to see
What
calling it
version
up
we
right
have?
now. Yeah, I'm almost positive though this is the theatrical cut.
But next on Big Al Presents, we are concluding our what happened during summer vacation film rewatches. We have had comedy, we have had drama and romance, and now we're going to horror because it's time to visit Camp Crystal Lake,
Oh,
the original Friday the 13th.
yeah, I'm all for that.
So, yeah, we're going to watch the first one, the original one. I'm trying to convince Fan Man to come on. We'll see because he loves the horror genre, and it may be
Absolutely.
fun to get his get his view on it. But it's being a family man and doing all those shows he already does, he may not be available or up to it. But we'll see. I've asked him to join us, and we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to that. It's been a long time since I've seen the original. Kevin Bacon
Right?
before he was Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
He was just Kevin Bacon. He wasn't Kevin Bacon.
I'm actually 3 degrees away from Kevin Bacon.
That's right, you are. Let's see. You were in
Poltergeist 3.
Poltergeist 3 with
Karen Allen.
not Karen.
Not Karen Allen.
What's her name?
Something Allen.
Barbara Hershey?
No.
No.
Barbara Out? No.
Something Allen, I thought it was.
Give me a second. Nancy Allen.
Nancy Allen.
Nancy Allen.
Nancy
Yeah.
Allen was in. I think she was in Novocaine with Kevin
Novocaine.
Bacon.
With Kevin Bacon.
Cool. Now, do you consider the degree of separation if you've just met the celebrity, not if you were in something?
Well,
Because I can
technically-
link myself to a lot of people because being like you guys going to conventions and stuff, meeting
Well,
actors and stuff.
what's supposed to be is films that you've been in. And
Yeah.
I was actually in Poltergeist 3.
And because the Oracle of Bacon actually draws off of IMDb, so it's based on whether or not
I'll have
you
to
were in the
look.
film.
I actually have a film credit
Ooh.
Really?
from a long story. There was a public broadcasting company did a fantasy film that was supposed to be shown like on like local public television.
Sure.
It was called Queen's Gambit. Now I'm not quite sure if it even exists. Now, I know the film exists because we had a premiere at the Kennedy Center for it. My name is in the credits. I was not in the film. So the joke was amongst my friends because the liaison, our medieval group, did a lot of sequences for it, and the liaison from our group to them gave them the names of everyone that was they or she thought was in the film, including me. So now, of course, the joke is, if you remember the credits from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, Sir not appearing in this picture,
Yeah.
that's me. I was Sir not appearing in this picture. But it was a little thing called Queen's Gambit. I don't even know if there's any remnant of it anywhere, but I do know it existed. So
Bryce doing his Google food, looking it up.
it was all about a chess match gone awry, and the dimension of the chess, the game gets upset, so like the knight on one side gets put on the wrong spot and then is like turned or something. It was a cool concept, but it was like done on a shoestring kind of deal,
Wow.
which is why they got us. Like I said, I don't even know if it exists. I think it was called Queen's Gambit or King's Gambit.
But
Big
some
Gambit
of
was in
those
it.
low budget films are the best.
It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It's the same thing like watching a Star Trek fan film.
Yeah.
They've had. Do you ever see? Have you ever watched the Avalon universe ones?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
those are.
we regularly watch Max World Entertainment, and he's always featuring the
Yeah.
the
Have you seen
various-
Have you seen the new one they did
not the
called
newest one yet. No.
Stream Cosmic Stream or something like that? Very interesting. Changes the entire universe.
Yeah. Yep. We'll have
Kinda
to check
cool.
that out.
Kind of cool. But yeah. So that's what's coming up on Big Al Presents. If you want to know what I'm going to be up to in the next week, got the book study on the Catholic Bible Geek. We're doing Fellowship of the Ring, and hoping Thursday we'll see how things are going with the professor's little one, and finally get to do the last part of the Darth Bane trilogy, book 1, Path of Destruction, the last few chapters of that. And planning on doing Fan Man tonight on Friday night, and of course with the Fan Man, who of course is doing his 3 days of Second Cup Cafe, which is a great show if you get a chance to listen to. What do you guys got coming up?
Well, tomorrow night, as Aged Boomer just points out, on Geeky Geezers, among other things, we'll be talking about
The new Star Trek movie.
Yeah, the new Star Trek movie that I have absolutely zero belief is actually happening. It's Star Trek 4, Take 25, the search for funding that
The
is
search,
never going to come.
the search for relevancy.
Exactly. So yeah, Geeky Geezers tomorrow night over on Aged Boomer's channel. I'm pretty sure that Daniel Herron's back on Wednesday for Soundtracks with Birdman. He had some struggles last week.
Yeah,
but
what's up with the Birdman this week? What's the plan?
I don't know, and if
I know,
either
I know. I know a lot of films I've done thumbnails for. I'm just wondering what's he got on tap this week, or if it's something different than if he needs a thumbnail for it.
so, Birdman or Boomer, if you want to let us know what's going on Wednesday, we'd love to hear it.
Definitely, definitely.
Sound off.
And then it looks like Friday night I'll be doing Roadhouse. So come
By
join
def-
us.
by default, and with no memory of promising it in the first place. This is what alcohol does to you youngins. So
Actually, though, it's not a bad idea. I kind of
yeah, it's a
actually
good.
like it.
Yeah,
So,
Roadhouse is a cool film.
Oh, Legends of the Fall on Wednesday.
Legends of the Fall. Oh, cool. Do you need a thumbnail for that? I'll make one if you do.
There you go.
I think you will, because I don't remember doing that one. So let me know who's doing it with you. If it's just you two, and I'll do a thumbnail for you. I like doing the rewatch thumbnails for. I like doing mine, and I like doing everybody else's, because I kind of have a similar style, and but they're fun. I sometimes try to get a little fun, find the right PNG for.
After Troy's Friday night stream, he slept for 10 hours straight.
Jeez.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
What were you drinking again last night?
It was just I released the Kraken.
Rum and
as well.
Coke.
Oh,
Yeah.
the Kraken got released.
Yeah. I'll tell you that Kraken. The reason that it is so dangerous is because it is so sweet and so smooth that you don't even. It's
Well,
very
those
tasty
darker-
and very refreshing, and
Well,
you
the
don't
darker rum,
realize how much you're
the
getting.
darker the rum, the sweeter it is, right? Usually.
Well, no, not really. Really, what it is, the darker it is, the more of a molasses flavor it
Right.
has with it.
Okay.
But,
Right. Yeah. Well. Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you ever have a rum that's not sweet, it's not a good rum. It should be sweet.
Now, is Kraken a good mixer, or is it more enjoyed by itself?
I would say yes. I would say it's both. Yeah, it's
Okay.
great on its own, but
I-
because it is so sweet and it does have a bit of that molasses flavor to it, it goes really well with colas.
I will say this: if I ever do buy a rum, it would be something like Kraken, because I am swayed by what the product looks like. Very, like, if you put on a mythical figure, I am more apt to want
Right.
to buy that. Like,
Right.
there is a hot sauce that is being sold by Lyle Blackburn, that he does books on cryptids, and he's got his monster hot sauce. It's got an image of Bigfoot on it.
Oh, there you
I
go.
would
There
pick
you go.
that. I would pick that over Tabasco any day, because it's got Bigfoot on it. That's
Yeah, I can
just
see that.
that's just me. I am swayed by things like that. You put Baby Yoda on something, I'll buy it.
Well,
Well,
I dig it. I'm with you.
not really.
But
Baby
it
Yoda
is-
the Mandalorian cereal is really good. I enjoyed that.
seriously, there's a
There's a
Mandalorian cereal.
Yeah,
I
it's
was
got
thinking-
Baby Yoda. Got Baby Yoda on it, and a little
Is it
Baby Yoda
anything like
mushroom.
C-3PO cereal? Because I loved C-3PO.
I never had C-3PO cereal.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's like little round fruit flavored things. It's got little green, maybe shaped marshmallows.
Okay.
And I remember
I'm not
really
big on
really
marshmallows,
liked it.
so-
And Daniel Herron sent me a box, and he also sent me a box of Elf cereal, which is very mapley flavored, because he liked to put syrup on everything. Both very good. But like I said, I like that kind of stuff. I like merchandising. It's kind of neat. But Kraken, simply because it's got a great big giant octopus on it,
I dig it.
I love it. Yeah, I dig it. I dig stuff like that. But I'd
And
like
it
to
comes
thank.
highly recommended, right?
Yes, it does. We know what it does. Highly recommended, and with its own warning because we've seen what it does to you, Troy.
Well, just be a little bit more conservative about it.
Yeah,
Drink responsibly, Al.
drink
Don't follow
definitely.
my example.
Well, I don't drink very often. I don't drink heavy because I take lots of medication, including an opioid. So
Oh, there you go.
yeah, the heaviest I do would be a beer, maybe once every 2 years, or a hard cider, and a very sweet cider. Woodpecker cider actually is my favorite.
Yep.
And but I would like to thank everyone for joining us tonight.
Yep.
Had a chance to fall in love with Jennifer Grey before the nose job all over again.
Yeah.
I want to thank, of course, Troy and Annette for joining me,
Absolutely.
and I hope everyone has a lovely Sunday. Enjoy the week to come. There'll be, of course, a lot of stuff streaming, so join me, my friends, of course, all below. Everyone's got something going on. Wolf 10 Media, Green Lion Girl, everybody's got something going on. Soundtracks, Birdman, Agent Boomer, all my friends are listed below. And I started doing reviews again.
I know.
I
It's great.
saw.
I'm going to try to do more of those. I can't promise one a week yet, but I'm going to basically. I tried to do them freestyle and just erred and ugged my way through it, and I couldn't do it. So I wrote it and read it, and I figured that's actually easier. I could do one that way and just do visuals with it. Just post both, and I might have a few odd, um, like top 10 or ranking kind of things. But just I've started doing stuff again, but I still need a new computer, so that's on my list because this thing died 5 times today. Thankfully, it held up because I kept everything active. If it sits, it goes down. But that's my life. I just hope everyone has a beautiful Sunday. Like I said, any last words? Snide remarks?
Well, as always, I always want to thank everyone for being here because, as I always say, if you weren't here, we'd just be talking amongst ourselves. And it's always a lot more fun. We have you guys joining us and hearing your thoughts and comments.
Yep.
And tune into the YouTuber site on Facebook so you know so you keep up to date on what's coming up. Also, a good site to check would be Fanman's home office, which he's got as a site where people can post what they're doing. So everyone have a great time. I'm glad you got to join us. And remember, if you take anything away from this rewatch, nobody puts baby in a corner. Okay, bye.